So, yeah.
So before you start, formally making a presentation and interacting with the members, we have members both from the electronics and IT sector. And the purpose of today's meeting is, to brief them and introduce them about the ICICI digital initiatives that have taken and how these can be beneficial for our exporters in realizing their proceeds. So let me warmly welcome you and formally start this session today. Good afternoon and namaskar to everyone. And it gives me a great pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to all of you to today's session. At the outset, let me thank team from ICICI Bank for today's session and to share their insights with our members. As you know, we are holding this session to discuss some of the procedural and tax compliances that electronics and IT exporters have to fulfill. And which at times act as impediments to ease of doing business. Our guest from ICICI Bank, Mr. Puneet Mehta, will share with us some of the innovative tools to help exporter easily comply with these requirements digitally sitting at their office. I may mention here, of late, we in the council have receiving a large number of references from our members pointing to unproductive requirements that our members, particularly the MSME members, have to fulfill, taking away precious time and energy, apart from the cost that MSME business have to bear. For the IT sector, I can immediately recall one such area, which is the Softex filing. And several of our members have pointed that they are required to devote a lot of time to fulfill these obligations apart from making payments for certification. And I understand ICICI Bank have developed some solutions that will enable exporters fulfill these requirements easily and in less time sitting at their office. While we in the council are endeavoring to impress upon the government to suitably alter or simplify these mandatory requirements, same have to be fulfilled so long as they exist. Today's session is aimed at equipping our members with such knowledge and tools that may help them cut down the time and cost of meeting such obligations. I'm sure today's interaction with ICICI and Puniji, uh, the members can share their problem areas and our friends from ICICI will try to respond to their queries. We have amongst us Mr. Puneet Mehta from ICICI Bank. He has been with ICICI for more than 15 years in various roles uh, and has been handling cross-border products and policies. He specializes in cross-border and digital trade banking solutions. With these words, not making much time, I once again welcome you all to the today's session and would now request Mr. Mehta and ICICI team to make their presentation to our members. Over to you, Puniji.
Yeah. So thank you, for giving us this opportunity today to have an engagement with all of you. Uh, uh, the country has gone through a difficult period, but hopefully now we are on the path to recovery with the pandemic easing out to a certain extent, and we would. On that note, we would like to take you through, some of the products and solutions which the bank has brought in place primarily, by taking a lot of insights from exporters and importers across the country and trying to see how, as a bank, we can simplify or solve some of the challenges which the uh, exporters may be facing. I'm sorry, I think there was a slight interruption. Yeah, so with that, I would like to begin the presentation, and we can move to the first slide, please. Yeah. So So at ICICI Bank, there are various services and solutions which which we offer to take care of all the business requirements of any entity, and especially in the IT sector as well, be it in the area of export and import banking, or in the area of any payments or collections, working capital finance, business cards, etc. We also bring a host of ancillary services which are which are very important as far as the entity goes, but not completely banking services. So we try and bring the whole bouquet of financial services to the enterprises, to the entities, so that they can spend more time and more energies in the core of their businesses rather than on the peripheral activities such as banking or any other activities that they may be engaging their time in, right? We also are the first bank to come out with the one of its kind business app which we call as InstaBiz, which puts together all the services which are required by entities in a mobile app. While there are many mobile apps which are meant for individuals, especially catering to business, this may be one of its kind, right? So with that, we will take this session forward. And on the first thing which I would like to explain or bring together uh, for consumption is the export and import banking services, right? So as a bank, we have introduced a platform which we call as Trade Online, and through this platform, all the exporters and importers can do all their transactions digitally, right? So whether it is settlement of inward remittances, or it is issuance of bank guarantee, or any service payment they have to make outside India, or any import payments have to be made outside India, those can be made. The regularization of bills can be done online. Your if there is any requirement of FIRS, etc., that is available online, and you can download it from our platform. We also have a unique proposition called eSoftX, which we will be speaking about in the subsequent slides. But on the whole, what this entire platform brings to you is that today we don't have to be worried about when the branch is opening, or the bank branch is opening, or when the bank branch is closing. We don't have to be bothered about if is the bank open today or closed, is the staff available today or not available, because this entire host of services, this entire host of services is available on the Trade Online platform, right? So we can now move to the next slide, please. Now, when we spoke to some of the software exporters, and most of them, this is the kind of the feedback or insights that we have received from some of the software exporters, in terms of they are having difficulty in managing their soft text forms, because the right from submission to STPI, to receipt of approval, to reconciliation of for what all the approval has been received, what is still pending, in which cases the remittances have been received, what are still pending, and then finally the regularization of those with the bank is is a long and tiring process, and it not only consumes a lot of time and effort, but there are various compliances around it, and which make the journey all the more difficult, right? So all this led us to development of a unique platform, which which is integrated with the Trade Online platform, which I just spoke about. and it is available to the to all entities, or it will be useful to all entities who are doing software exports, right? So can we move to the next slide, please, Pravir? So what does this platform do? So this platform, as I just mentioned, is helps you to manage your exports uh, 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 anywhere and anytime. You can track your invoices, soft text, inward remittances on a single platform. You can download the soft text form in the RBI prescribed format. You can submit these to STPI in the format required by STPI, the monthly submission that is, and you can generate, comprehensive reports for all requirements. So in a in short, is a one-stop shop, which can manage your end-to-end journey of the entire soft text that you have to, the entire soft text fulfillment that you have to do with either with STPI or with RBI or with the bank. Yeah, can we move forward, please? Yeah, so this is about the same thing, the invoice generation, ease of soft text filing, and bill realization. And now what all this platform can do is, is what we will talk about. We can move to the next slide, please. So what does this platform allow you to do? To this platform, you can upload the invoice details, right? Whatever invoices you have generated, you can download the soft, you can get the soft text number, through the RBI, through this platform itself. And once you have, you have uploaded the invoices and the soft text, and you have submitted it to STPI, the the this can be submitted to the platform helps you to generate the generate the forms in the formats required by STPI, which you can download and then submit to STPI unit or to the SEZ. Once you have done this and the STPI approves the your soft text form, automatically it appears in EDPMS. Once it appears in EDPMS, it automatically appears in the eSoftX platform of ICICI, which means that you don't have to then separately submit it to ICICI, because you've already submitted it at the time you were submitting it to STPI. And once this comes into the eSoftX platform of ICICI, the associated bill for that, which we call as lodgement of the export bill, that automatically happens on our platform. Now all you have to do is, once the remittance is received, now the remittance, when the remittance is received, the journey of settling the remittance is also automated in terms that, you can settle this online. So once you settle that remittance online with ICICI Bank, it will automatically realize this export bill, which has been lodged with the bank. And once that bill is lodged, and the bill has been realized, the underlying EBRC, or the bank realization certificate, also gets generated and available on DGFT site for you to utilize. So the only manual leg which remains here is the manual submission of the form to STPI, which also we would be willing to do once STPI also comes together and allows the integration, with the bank. But if you see here that the entire journey is covered through the platform, so you don't have to be bothered about, maintaining it separately in some spreadsheet uh, of what all invoices have been uploaded, what has been submitted to STPI, what has, what is pending for approval. All this is available in the form of a summary dashboard also on the screen, and you can click on any of the parameters on the screen to check the details. So what I'm trying to say is, the challenges which or the insights that we got from most of the exporters about the challenges that they face in this journey, we have to put it together, amplify and automate it to the extent possible and to the extent allowable under the current regulations, right? Yeah. Can we move to the next slide, please? So we'll not spend much time here. So this is just a snapshot of the dashboard where you can get all the details with regard to the Softex form. So if there are multiple invoices in a Softex, or so all those details are available on our the eSoftex dashboard that you will have access to, and you can see what all has been submitted to STPI, what all has been approved, what all is pending, and in which all cases the EBR are completed and the EBRC is generated, right? So the entire end-to-end journey can be managed through the platform. Yeah, please move forward. Now, while this is on the software export part, right, what ICICI Bank also brings to you is a kind of a one view dashboard. So, software export is one leg of it, but there are so many other things, in trade. It could be related to imports or exports or bank guarantees or your capital account transactions. So we bring everything to you in one single dashboard, which you can see. And any detail that you require, you don't have to follow up with anyone in the bank that, okay, tell me the details of what is this, tell me the details. Everything is available to you. The bank has basically exposed its internal account which it has of the customer to the customer itself, making it completely transparent. If X number of bills are outstanding with the bank, you can see what these bills are, whether it is on import side or it is on the export side. If you have given or submitted any transaction to the bank for processing, you can see what is the status of those transactions and how much time it will take for that transaction to be completed. So all these details are available on the trade one view dashboard, which we bring to the customer, and this becomes available to the customer as soon as they open the account with the customer and have any trade related transactions with the bank. It requires no separate sign up, no separate fees, or no separate charges are levied for accessing either the eSoftex platform, the Trade One View dashboard, or the Trade One online platform that we spoke about. Yeah. Can we move forward, please? The subsequent screens are, what you see on the screens are the screenshots of some of these dashboards and the kind of information that you get to see. So this one is about pending remittances, right? So where remittances have been received, and you can see all the details on the screen over here, right? Yeah, the next one is about the pending bills. So if there are any shipping bills or Softex forms which have been which are appearing in the EDPMS portal for which the remittance has not been mapped or the remittance is pending, all those details will be available here. Or if there are any bills which are there and which have not been submitted to the bank, those will also appear here. And we also give a summary bifurcation of how many are overdue or how many are past 9 months or past 2 years as per the relevant RBI requirements. Yeah. So while this is on the kind of dashboards and the systems that system support that we provide in managing your software and overall trade, if we come to the individual transactions itself, right? For example, as as most exporters would be receiving their inward remittances into the bank. So at ICICI Bank, we commit to the customers that, if you receive any inward remittances, it would be credited to your account within 1 hour, right? And you can settle these remittances online. You can settle it through your desktop, or you can even settle it through the mobile app InstaBiz, which we spoke about earlier. And you can settle it in any of the relevant purpose codes. If it is if the remittance pertains to any consultancy service on the hardware side or on the software side, those can be settled by selecting the appropriate purpose. And if you have taken a forex deal with the relationship manager, you can enter the deal details. Or if you've not taken a deal but you want to take a deal, you can book these deals also online at the time you are settling the transaction. That feature and facility is also available. Or if you would like the bank to take the deal on its own, the bank can take the deal on its own behalf and settle your inward remittances. The idea is to make it as seamless as possible, as simple as possible, and yet take care of all the requirements, the individual requirements that you may have while settling your remittance, right? So these are what we have listed as some of the purposes for which remittances get settled, especially on the software export side. Also for those into export of electronic goods, the where it is not software but goods which are exported, the remittances can be settled under purpose codes P0103 or P0102, depending upon whether it is an advance payment or a bill has been lodged against which the payment has been received. So just as I said that while you can book the deal online, if you want to settle into your EFC account or your special foreign currency account, that can be done. If you want to settle part into EFC, part into the rupee account, that also can be done. So all kind of flexibilities are permitted. Suppose you've received a remittance which part is for a consultancy, part is for an actual export. So you can do it under multiple purpose codes as well. So any type of your requirements can be met with online, and you really don't have to go to the branch to settle this, and you can do it at your convenient time and whenever you want the money. And by not going to the branch, what you're actually doing is that you're actually one leg in the transaction is completely taken away. So your the turnaround time, or the time in which you will get the funds into your account gets reduced substantially. Yeah, can we move to the next slide, please? So that was on inward remittance. And the other is the export bill regularization. So this is another important area, from both from a compliance perspective, as well as when you regularize your export bill, you also get the EBRC. And with the EBRC, you are able to claim various government incentives related to exports. So here what we have been able to do is, using RBI's EDPMS portal, we have been able to, because the access to EDPMS portal is not given to the end exporters or importers. But so what we have created is, we have created an intermediary or a mirror portal of the EDPMS portal, which access we give to the exporters and importers, so they can see for themselves all the bills which are outstanding for them, or all the payments which they have made through that portal. And that again is available to you through the Trade One View dashboard, which we spoke about. And taking that further, if you see that there are pendencies or there are matchings to be done, which means the exports have been made and the payments have been realized, but in the books it is appearing as two separate entries, you can match the remittances with the shipments you have made, or with the shipping bill or the soft text form. And that is what is called as export bill regularization. So on the platform, we show you on one side the remittances. We also show you the shipping bills or the soft text forms which you would have submitted. And All you need to do is match the remittance to the shipping bill, upload the underlying invoice and the transport document in case it's a physical goods. If it is not physical goods, only invoice, and submit it to the bank. Once it gets submitted to the bank, the operations team at the bank uh, will will knock off these two entries in the RBI's EDPMS portal, and they will no longer show as outstanding to you. So this is also something which can be managed completely online on through your office or through your desktop. Yeah. Can we move to the next slide now? So, given that we have so many digital solutions, we also make a promise to the customers, and we've tried to address the three main requirements which we got as insights from customers. That one, inward remittances should not take a lot of time to settle. So we make a promise that we will settle it within 1 hour, given all the due diligence that the bank also has to do while settling a remittance. We will issue any bank guarantee within 3 hours. Bank guarantees are required and time bound, sometimes for submission of a tender, etc. So again, we make a commitment that, we will do our best. In fact, make a promise that we will issue a bank guarantee within 3 hours, and any outward remittance that has to be made, we will provide the swift copy to the importer within 5 hours. And just to make another point here, the any advices, trade advices or swift copies need is also available online on our Trade One View portal. So again, you don't have to run to the bank or call up someone in the bank or visit the bank branch to provide some debit or credit advice for any transaction that you may have done. Yeah, can we move to the next slide now? Now, how do we do this? How do we manage this? While we have developed a portal, we say that you don't have to be bothered about the branch opening or closing time. We've brought all the facilities online. Well, this is managed by a very strong operations team also, which the bank has set up, which works in shifts and is available 24 hours, right? So no matter day or night, you can initiate a transaction. Someone in the bank would always be looking at it, right? We are only constrained by the forex timings, which are regulated by FedI. But other than that, any other transaction, uh, someone in the bank is always available to ensure that the transaction gets processed, irrespective of whether the branch is open or the branch is closed. Yeah, can we move to the next slide now? Well, this is the Instabase app I was speaking about earlier. Currently, it has more than 115 business banking services on the app. So whether you have to initiate an outward remittance, that can be done from the app. You can settle any inward remittance also through the app. You can do a host of domestic uh, transactions through the app, whether it is on the payment side, collection side, or something as simple as creating a fixed deposit with the bank. Yeah, can we move to the next slide, please? Now, uh, as a bank, which is probably a leader when it comes to innovation and technology, we also take pride in being a bank with the most number of APIs on our developer portal, right? So we have a developer portal uh, where a huge number of APIs are already listed. You can, if as required by the entity, can be picked up for testing and integration. And we also provide, along with all this, a lot of connected banking solutions, whether it is to any HR solution or any accounting or ERP packages or any payroll. All your affiliated or adjunct services which you may require can also be availed of through the bank, and you can also avail these services at a discount, because the bank, the brand of ICICI is associated with these. Yeah. Can we move to the next slide now? So for doing all this, what do you need, right? So all you need is having an account with a bank, right? And that account, since you are an exporter or importer, comes with other features which are also unique, right? For example, there would be no requirement of maintaining any minimum monthly average balance in the account, because it would be more regulated with throughput. The pricing is also preferential, whether it comes to any domestic or foreign trade services. You have the option of choosing your own account number, and given the nature of business that you are in, you can open the other types of accounts with the bank, such as EEFC account or a diamond dollar account or special foreign currency account. So all these accounts and services are also available. And while we have spoken about all the digital solutions, we've spoken about the account, we've spoken about how you need not be chasing people in the bank or in the branches, etc. We still do have a very large relationship team, because we also understand that trade is a business which at times does require interaction, engagement, structuring of transactions. And for that, we have a very large dedicated team. And every account is associated with a relationship manager who manages the account, and ensures that if there are any queries or any specific requirements, they can be taken care of and addressed. And there is a whole hierarchy above the relationship manager, and you are always free to get in touch with them for any of your banking services or requirements, right? So with that, I come to the end of my presentation. These are some of the awards and accolades which the bank has won in the past, which is a testimony to its continuous journey in this field through innovation and more technology led solutions, right? I urge you that in case you are interested or you have any such requirements, you can give us a missed call on the number which is displayed on the screen, or you can even write to the email which is displayed here. And with that, if there are any questions or any other requirements, would be happy to take you through those.
Yeah, so we have some, question. So I'll speak up. So
Sure.
the first question we
Thanks,
have
Puneet.
is,
Can you just put down the slides down so that we can request our members to raise their queries?
Yes, sure,
yeah,
sure.
sure.
Thank you.
You can unshare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The first question we have is from.
Please be little loud. Your voice is
Okay.
not clear.
The first
Thank you.
question we have from Deepthi Mehta. Do we need to submit monthly compliances report manually also for Softex if we are using this platform?
No, if you don't have to submit to the bank, but if there is any requirement for you to submit to STPI, you can generate these reports through the platform and submit it to STPI.
Thank you, sir, for taking the question. But that means that manual submissions, this platform will help us generate the reports, right? And those
Correct.
have to be submitted manually after we generate using this platform, right?
Yes, you can generate it from this platform, and then you can do a physical submission with STPI. So as I mentioned, during the conversation, that the only leg which is manual through the eSoftex is the engagement with STPI, because currently STPI does not permit that integration with the bank, though we are in constant engagement with them to do so. So once that leg gets automated, this part will also get addressed automatically.
Okay, so that's giving a lot of sign of relief that bank is actually talking to STPI, because I think that encourages a lot of budding entrepreneurs. So yeah, thank you, sir, for answering that question.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
There is one more question. Is there any relation between Softex and EBRC? Can I get EBRC for purpose code P0802 also?
No, so purpose code P0802 is not, is for consultancy and does not have a Softex requirement, or those purposes are not covered under Softex. And EBRC is issued only for where there is a physical export of goods or software, and the purpose code for that is normally it gets covered for software, it gets covered under P0807, and for goods it gets covered under P080 P0102 or P0103. So for that you will get a EBRC. For others, where it is more services related, there is no EBRC at the moment.
Okay, so sir, for 807, let's say I'm exporting services, and I have been doing this with the bank for quite a while and facing issues to get EBRC, and that means I am actually exporting digital services. I should be using P807 code. So the question here is can I use this code 807 only if I have the Softex registration? Is that kind of a mandate from
Yes,
government side?
yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You have to register with STPI for
Uh-huh.
you to uh, do that. So what customs is for goods, STPI is for software. So customs authorizes the goods which go out of the country. Similarly, STPI values or authorizes the software exports, and that's how even for the uh, economic sector as a whole, that's how it gets determined that what is the value of exports of software from India, or what is the value of export of goods from India, etc.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
So next question we have is from Shiva Shankari. Can this platform be used by non-STPI units also?
Hello.
Sir, should I speak again?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, the question is from Shiva Shankari. Can this platform be used by non-STPI units also?
Yeah, the trade platform can be used by all units, whether it is STPI or non-STPI. It does not distinguish. However, your eSoftex, the utility of eSoftex would be, when you have STPI registration, but otherwise all other features and services are available to all exporters and importers.
Participants, in case you have any questions, please you can post in the chat box. So I think this is it. This is where we come to the end of this, all the questions. Participant, in case you have any questions post the session also, you can drop us a mail. The mail ID is there on the chat box. Yeah.
Are there any more questions?
And before we close, just for the kind information of our members, some of our members have already raised this issue, the cumbersome process with the, soft tax form with the SCPI, and, equally the charges which are required to be paid by our MSME members that take a lot of their times and efforts. So some of them have been advised, Niti Aayog is looking under the ease of doing business. They are working to ease out these compliances, to cut short these compliances. So we encourage members to address their concerns to DPIIT and Niti Aayog as well. So, to raise these concerns so that it can be heard by the government, and a solution can be, appropriate solutions can be offered. So, Vikrant, over to you.
Thank you, Gurmeet. So with no more questions, let me propose a hearty vote of thanks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great honor and privilege to profusely propose the hearty vote of thanks on behalf of the Council and at my own to the officials of ICICI Bank, and in particular Mr. Puneet Mehta as well as Mr. Praveer Gupta for sharing their immense knowledge on the subject. I'm sure that this session would have really helped our member exporters present today to learn the various initiatives taken by ICICI Bank. I take this opportunity to brief all our members present that the Council will keep organizing more such events to create awareness which assists you in your efforts to grow. With these words, thank you for joining today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ICCA, and thanks to all our members for joining us today. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.